Hi folks, here with Devilish Impressions from Poland. Very nice concert at MC Apache. Can you give some feedback of the concert yourself? What do you think of your own concert today?
Well, it's pretty hard to judge, what we do personally. So we rather observe the reaction of the audience, of people. So it was pretty awesome. Really appreciate, especially taking the circumstances like this weather forecast, the hurricane and stuff. So we appreciate that people, came up for the show.
How is the tour going so far? So you have like the fourth or the fifth tour day. How did it go so far?
Well, it's going fine. Yeah, we are as always a little bit tired because it's the beginning. But yeah, as the tour goes on, it's always like better and better. But yeah, like I think the last 5 days were pretty cool. We met some great people, some nice venues. So I think it's pretty good so far.
So supposing that not everybody on my channel would know you, can you give like a short biography of the band? So the year you started, maybe other projects you were in before?
Sure, yeah, it officially started in 2000, but first it was more like a studio project. So we started to be live active since 2006. That's when we first time hit the road. And ever since we recorded, 4 full-length albums and 2 EPs. Yeah, that toured like whole Europe and Asia. Well, what else? I've been involved in other Polish band Asgard, which I'm a singer of. I also used to play in Cryonics, another Polish black death metal band. But that's a history now. So currently, Devilish Impressions is like kind of a main focus on then Asgard, but it's not that active. So.
Oh, yeah, and when it comes to me, I used to play in the black metal project called Proch. It's from Poland. You can check it out. But yeah, since I had to choose between being in Devilish Impressions or Proch because of like a daughter and such stuff, I left the Proch. But a very good friend of mine took my place. So yeah. That's how it goes with me. Mark is playing in Heretic band, also from Poland, of course. Yep, and in band called Spatial. And Adam, maybe you will say.
Yeah, I've got a couple of projects going on as well. Besides Devilish Impressions, I'm also a drummer for a couple of bands in my hometown, on Opole. My first band, Cicada, I'm still playing there in drums. I have also the more grindcore project, which is called Obora, and also the project that is not really metal related. It's called Zerowa Reakcja, and we're playing more like this The Cure-oriented stuff. So it's kind of a new endeavor, but I really enjoyed playing all of those.
So maybe a bit harder question on the band. Can you give like direct influences of the band and also indirect influences? So direct influences can be like similar bands. Indirect influences can be like a film that gives inspiration for lyrics or for anything else.
Well, when it comes to music, at the beginning, I was actually strongly inspired by early the first 2 Emperor albums, Emperor Limbonigard, and the second wave of Norwegian black metal. So just to name those 2, and obviously we are trying not to copy anyone, trying to come up with our own thing. I don't know if we succeed. I mean, we're trying our best, and hope it works somehow. And when it comes to other sources of inspiration, I think it can be really anything, like anything we experience in our lives personally, and the music as I mentioned, the music, the movies we watch, the books we read, and basically it could be anything.
Yeah, actually, I guess every one of us is probably influenced with many different bands, many different musicians. For me, I started out maybe not from the perspective of black metal musician. I was growing up listening to both Iron Maiden, Entombed, then Lamb of God, and some more American stuff. Nowadays, I really can pick a particular band just as an influence or a particular musician because there are so many great musicians, so many great music that inspires me. That's really hard, to just pick one of it. It's a collective influence. So I just listen to what I listen to, and that probably also subconsciously makes me who I am as a musician.
Yeah. And I will just go short because basically it goes the same like with Przemek. But I was and I am a very big fan of Soul Drainer actually. So when I heard that we'll tour with them, I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be very, very nice. So yeah.
So now also about the band, who chose the band name? Why you chose the band name? Is there a special message behind the band name?
It was meant to be associated with, with the devilish art, with something dark, and impressions. Because it's at the beginning of the band, I said to myself, and obviously, that I'm not gonna repeat myself or ourselves in any way. So we try to each time to come up with something different. We don't do the same albums the way we did like the previous ones and stuff. So yeah, that's it.
Now a very hard question, a long question for all four of you. Suppose you're on a desert island, you don't have internet, no phone, no radio, no television. You can only listen to 3 albums. Which 3 albums each one of you would take on a desert island?
Okay.
Who's gonna start?
Okay, I can start. For sure, I would take any Vardruna album. That would be the first one. I think that the second one would be Sting's album, The Last Ship, and maybe some Cypcore stuff. Any of their albums, I love the guys.
Well, I would stick to the metal albums anyway. And that would be the mentioned Emperor anthems to the Welkin at Dusk. Things that inspired me the most at the beginning when I started to listen to metal music. So I would also get Master of Puppets by Metallica and Death Individual Thought Patterns.
Big Free.
I don't know. really. Killswitch Engage maybe. All albums.
Yeah, it's a really hard question to answer it because there's so many records that you would pick. But I think I would go for At the Gate, Slaughter of the Soul, one of my favorite albums of all time. I also probably would pick something by Devil Driver, preferably Pray for Villains or either The Last Kind Words, and to just maybe mix it up a little bit, also Cure, The Disintegration.
I'm gonna be very fair. I'm gonna play the game with you. For today, I would say I'm gonna listen 3 albums: Battery, Under the Sign of the Black Mark, Samael, Blood Ritual, second album, and Hellhammer, Apocalyptic Raids, old school stuff. Where can people find you most easily? What are the social media you use the most? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Please tell.
So yeah, like I think like everyone now, we've got a Facebook page. Also, we've got a regular web page. Yeah, and basically you can find us on like.
You also get Twitter.
Twitter. Yeah, and Twitter, of course. Yeah. So these are the 3 channels, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for this part of the interview. Interview done by Jan Vervaeke for Jan Vervaeke YouTube, Jan Vervaeke Foto and Film Facebook page, and Metal to Infinity webzine. Give some horns to the people.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.